Money printing and counterfeiting. This is a very important topic that very few people talk about. I will like to break down for the viewers how printing money is nothing but theft regardless of the rank of the entity who prints money. A little bit of background. Governments and states came into existence to serve only one purpose for the society, which was to preserve life, liberty, and property. For this video, I will be focusing on preserving property rights. All living beings on Earth are working in the present to attain assets that they can benefit from in the future. An individual's right to claim his assets at any time is the most important factor in determining the strength of property rights. Governments came into existence to preserve an individual's property rights. In this video, I would like to explore how an individual's property rights are violated by governments when they print money in collaboration with the central banks. Here is the irony. When a central bank like the Federal Reserve prints money, it's completely legal. But when an individual tries to print money, then it's illegal and they end up in jail. So how are property rights being violated by the very government that promised to preserve them? Let's take a look at it. When an individual works for an employer, they are rewarded for their skill and time in some form of money. For this example, we will say that money is dollars. Now that individual stored their labor in those dollars hoping that they can save it for a rainy day and will be able to purchase essential things down the road. However, when the central bank prints money, that increases the supply of the dollars that he is storing his labor in, which will reduce his purchasing power. In that sense, this individual's hard labor got stolen because now his dollar doesn't hold the same value and cannot buy him the same amount of essential items. So the question is, who stole it? It's the one who was the closest to the money printer, and that would be the central bank. This is an example of violation of property rights. The dollar that an individual stores his labor in is his property. So when the central banks, in collaboration with the government, printed money, they stole his dollar value, thus violating his property. This is an example of the violation of property rights that very few people talk about. There are many other forms of violation of property rights, like seizure of homes, bank accounts, and other assets in the name of safety and security. Conclusion: money printing is counterfeiting and stealing regardless of who does it. The property rights of every asset class other than Bitcoin can be violated by the state or governments. As states and governments get bigger, they will want more control and will violate more property rights to get even bigger, which will add more value to an asset whose property rights cannot be violated. And so far, the only one that exists is Bitcoin.